Have you ever like seen those?
Because they didn't use regular ships. They used UFOs and spaceships. And Christopher Columbus is not from this planet. He was a Draconian. That's when the Draconians invaded this planet in 1400s. This is why they talk about that. It was, it wasn't just America. It was the world, the whole world. And that was when the Draconians and Reptilians invaded the world. They didn't just invade one continent, they invaded all the continents. That's when the Draconians and Reptilians enslaved the planet. That's when the Draconians invaded, where the Angelics were. That was before the Chosen Ones came to the planet. But yeah, like I said, these motherfuckers, they don't want the truth to come out because everybody's so worried about the reptilians or the demons or the archons, but nobody even thinks about the Draconians. They've been in y'all face the whole time. Y'all worried about these fucking popes. What the biggest corrupted species are the Draconians. The black mobility are the Draconians, Anunnakis. They invaded this planet, because they seen resources, you know what I'm saying? It was a very, very beautiful planet before these bitch-ass Draconians came to this planet. And this is why these motherfuckers hate me. If you hear anybody say they're Anunnaki, they're Draconians. They're not gods and goddesses. They're not. Because you will see the Moors, the black mobility, same shit. Same fuck shit. It's these corrupted motherfuckers that walk among us, pretend to be fucking this and that. These bitches are fucking evil and corrupted. Nobody wants to talk about the Draconians. How evil, corrupted, conniving, fake, vindictive they are. You have no idea how evil these fucking Draconians are. These hoes are evil. They're 909 times worse than reptilians. Y'all always, and don't get me wrong, reptilians are evil. Don't get me wrong, but these Draconians, these fuck ass Draconians, they steal titles, right? They try to steal that goddess title. They've never been a god. They've never been a goddess. They're soulless bitches living off someone's identity. But like I said, I just want to let you guys know that's how the real invasion, the invasion of the Draconians, invasion of the reptilians, you know what I'm saying? Because they walk among us. They the ones that brought the fucking moon. The Draconians did. So they can harvest the souls. And then, so the angelic souls go through two deaths. The physical death where they leave this planet, they leave this world, right? The second death is where they go towards a tunnel, and there's no but when you go towards a tunnel, you don't have nobody show you the past. They literally take you to a room, right? They lure you to a room. They disguise themselves. They have technology where they disguise themselves, right? These are, I don't know, they're a mixture of Draconians and Archons, but it varies, But they lure angelic souls to their second death when they're reincarnation, right? They're zapped to the soul vacuum, right? To this room. And when you're inside this room, they lure you. Right? You see this big ass light at the end of the tunnel. This light, right? And you're zapped. Like, oh my god, they make you feel so warm. It's like a hypnosis, like a different type of hypnosis, right? Where they fucking you don't know what the fuck is going on. There's times where you're under hypnosis, but you're in physical form. You can wake up, right? Like I went through in September, right? But this time you don't have a body. You don't have an avatar. So they zap you. You're supposed to ascend towards the clouds, right? Because you're a soul, right? You're supposed to ascend. They stop your ascension. They zap you up, take you to this room, right? Why think angelic souls couldn't ascend? Why do you think they couldn't do that? Because they're zapped to this vacuum, and then when they're zapped, guess what? They have this fake figure, or whoever they believe in, Buddha, they believe in Muhammad, they believe in Jesus, they believe in, whatever. They disguise themselves as archons. They're this mixture of archons, demons, and draconians, right? They lure you to this room. I don't know if it's more than one species, but it's mainly probably 80. I'm probably gonna say 80% are archons. When you go to the room, nobody shows you no past. You don't get to see no past. That's why they fuck with your head. Why I think you don't have past memories? Because they eat you. They literally jump on you, rip you limb from limb, and devour you into fuck pieces. That's when you go towards the light. They lure you to this room, and then when you're inside this room, you don't know what the fuck. There, they turn off the machine, and then they show their natural form, which is the soulless beings. Then they jump on you, rip you limb from limb, and eat you. So that's what happened. And when the Christopher Columbus motherfucker came, that's when they, did that. It was the Draconians and Reptilians. I don't know who created Archons, but they're different, definitely parasites. Parasites, insects, bedbugs, roaches, dust mites, spiders, ants, centipedes, they're archons. I don't know what's different type of vampire species though, but those are definitely archons. But yes, love you, chosen ones. Bye, chosen ones. Love you, archangels. Bye, archangels. Love you, angels. Bye, angels. Salute.